Life is beautiful.
Because we all have our own story that contributes to the beautiful diversity of our world.
Because of people just like you, everyone is fighting the battle. You are not alone. You have a purpose.
Life is beautiful because on any given day you can step outside, go explore, and enjoy the wonder of nature.
My friend, life is beautiful because we have so much to be thankful for. And I'm always reminded that whenever I face bad times in my life, that they're not in my life to make me bitter. They're in my life to make me thankful for the good times that I've had. And that is what makes life beautiful.
Life is beautiful because I'm alive. Life is beautiful because I get to be kind one more day. Life is beautiful because I get to be part of the learning process every day. Life is indeed beautiful because I make it so.
Life is beautiful because no matter how long the winter may be, spring never fails to fall.
I like life because you get to help people. I believe that we're here for a purpose. I love jet skiing. I love to go to school. I love to be there for people and to see people grow and develop. So life is really good. I think ultimately we're all connected. So it's good to stick around and hang out and be with the people that you really care about and to see people prosper in life.
Life is beautiful to me because you get the chance to love someone and be loved by someone.
Life is beautiful because family.
Because of love. It's so important to find others to love, and for others to love us, and for us to love ourselves, and for this to be a healthy and supportive kind of love.
Life is a beautiful thing because you can fill it with whatever makes you happy, whether that be friends, family, travel, food, literally whatever you want.
Life is beautiful because it's always changing. No day is ever the same.
Life is beautiful because you are a part of it.
Prevention Walk. My name is Annalena Tavares, the 2020 to 2021 President of Alpha Mu Beta Honor Society, and I would like to extend a warm and resounding thank you for being here today on National Campus Day of Action, a day where college campuses across the United States host walks like these to raise awareness and advocate for suicide prevention at their schools and in their communities. According to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States, and it has only grown in prevalence over the past few years. More than just a statistic, these are lives that are lost tragically and often suddenly. These are people that we were close to. These are family members and friends that we shared meaningful conversations with. If you take a look around the room, you will notice that many of us are wearing what we call honor beads around our necks, signifying our connection to this cause. The color white represents the loss of a child to suicide. The color red, the loss of a spouse or a partner. Gold signifies the loss of a parent, and orange of a sibling. Purple is the loss of a relative or friend. Silver of a first responder or military official. Green represents a personal struggle or attempt. Teal is in support of someone who struggles or has attempted. And finally, blue signifies supporting suicide prevention. So now that you all know what each color means, I want you to take a look around the room again. You are never alone in your struggle. I am a living testament of this. One of the most powerful things you can do as an individual is admitting when you need help. It takes courage to do so, but it makes you so much stronger. Creating a support system, whether that be your doctor, your instructors, your counselor, your family, or your friends, and maintaining one is so crucial in helping you stay strong. As a leader, I can attest to this. Being in leadership is not about taking over and doing everything on your own. It's about working as a team and leaning on each other for support. Today, that is exactly what we will be doing, metaphorically, of course. During our walk around Strickland, home to Student Success and Counseling Services at Forsyth Tech, we are representing what it means to take action with each step towards suicide prevention. But before we do so, we have a few speakers I would like to introduce to you today. So please help me in introducing our Vice President of Student Success Services, Ms. Mason Sawyer, who will be giving greetings on behalf of our college and division.
Good morning. Thank you, Annalena. I just wanted to say this morning that I'm so happy to see all of you here. I am, like she mentioned, the Vice President of Student Success Services here at Forsyth Tech, and this is such an important cause, an important reason to be here. So I wanted to stand in solidarity with all of you on behalf of the administration and our division at Forsyth Tech to tell you that you're not alone, and to tell you that while I didn't pick up beads on the way in, I could have got a few of them actually, because this has touched my family and my friends in more ways than one before. And so you never know when you're sitting beside someone what they've been through and what they've seen and what they've struggled with. So I would like for you to do something. She had you look around, but just look around one more time. Look and see who's in the room, right? Find a face, any face. And 5 years, tomorrow, 10 years down the road, when it gets hard, remember today. Remember April 24th, 2021. You might not be able to remember a day, the date. That Saturday in April in 2021, I saw that person, and that person was there to support me, and that gives me another reason to get up. And that gives me another reason to not quit. And that gives me another reason to have hope, and gives me another reason to keep going on. Because it might get hard. It would be ridiculous for any of us to stand here and say that life is not a hard thing. COVID-19 has proved that it is. It made it worse, actually. So when you get to that point in life where it didn't go just the way you wanted to go, you didn't get the job, you didn't get the promotion, you didn't get the house, you didn't get the husband, the family, the kids, or whatever it is, think of these people in the room today that stood with you on a Saturday in April during the pandemic to walk around a building in solidarity to keep you here. And when someone else needs that same hope, speak that same sentiment to them, that because we're here with you today, you don't need to give up and you need to have hope. Because one day and one step is all we need to do to take to keep going forward. So again, on behalf of the administration at Forsyth Tech, from me personally and our division, I want to thank you for coming out today and spending your Saturday morning with us. I know it was a little bit of a struggle to make this even happen, but anything worth doing is hard. And anything that's going to make a difference in somebody's life, you better believe someone would try to stop it. So when you face challenges, don't quit, don't give up. Thank you again for coming out.
Thank you, Ms. Mason. Next, I would like to introduce one of our counselors at Forsyth Tech, Ms. Katie Waugh, who will be sharing a special message on behalf of Counseling Services.
Good morning, everyone. As Annalena said, my name is Katie Waugh, and I am a counselor with the Sugar Women's Center and Counseling Services here at Forsyth Tech. Before we begin, I just wanted to let you all know that some of the topics that we will talk about today, of course, may be triggering for some of you. And so that is why, if you need to speak with a counselor, including myself, we will be available for you in the Student Success Center. Also, if you just need to take a minute to step out, collect your thoughts, please feel free to do that as well. As Annalena said earlier, suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States, and approximately 130 Americans die each day. Events like this are important for spreading awareness and shining a light on a sometimes taboo topic. And so to help with prevention, it's important to recognize warning signs and symptoms of suicidal thoughts and ideation. So I just want to briefly go over some of those warning signs so we can be aware of them and take action if needed. So a few warning signs would be talk of harming or hurting oneself, talk of death or dying, feeling of hopelessness, dramatic mood swings or personality shifts, giving away possessions, and then sudden withdrawal or isolation. Those are just a few of the warning signs. Those are not all. And so if you have someone close to you and you notice any of these signs or symptoms, it may be helpful to have a talk with that person. Just let them know that you're concerned, let them know you're there for them, but also let them know that there is help available. And so some of the resources that may be beneficial, of course, are the suicide hotline. And if you have any questions about these, please feel free to find me after this, and I will give you the resources and the information for that. So the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, of course, our community resources, and then here on campus we have the Shugart Women's Center and the Veteran Resources Center, and then there's also the Student Assistance Program that I believe is still going on. So the main message we want to share today is that there is help for you, there is hope for you, you are not alone, you are supported, and you are loved. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Katie. Up next is our virtual keynote speaker, Judy Chapathi. But before I introduce her, let me give you a bit of a backstory. Last month, Forsyth Tech hosted Revin' Up for River Runs showing of the documentary Help Us Find Sunil Chapathi. Afterwards, there was a Q&A, which I made it to just in time to hear from Mrs. Chapathi, the mother of Sunil. Many comments had been made about suicide prevention, particularly at Forsyth Tech. And so, in planning for this event, I contacted Ms. Hayes to see if I could connect with her somehow. To my surprise, Mrs. Chapathi responded very quickly and very warmly. She has been one of the biggest supporters of this walk, alongside many others, of course. So it is my joy and privilege to introduce to you all Miss Judy Chapathi.
Thank you, Annalena, for your kind introduction. I am very nervous. I'm not good at public speaking, but it is a privilege for me to talk to you today. I live outside of Philadelphia. I'd never heard about your school, Forsyth Technical Community College, until 2 months ago. The reason we are connected is a testament to the strength of community. But let me tell you the backstory. My husband and I raised our 3 children in the suburbs of Philadelphia. And with humility and gratitude, I can tell you that all 3 flourished. They did really well in school, they had lots of friends, and they went to college with enthusiasm. Our youngest was Sunil. He had a great couple of years at Brown University before he started to suffer with depression. We all became aware very quickly of his depression, and we talked to him about it, and we tried in many ways to offer support and guidance. But Sunil wanted to try to fix it on his own. He didn't want to go for therapy. He didn't want to take medications. And I know he tried very hard. But I also know that clinical depression is an illness. And despite Sunil's efforts, his depression steadily got worse. In March 2013, our family suffered the deepest tragedy we will ever experience. We lost our Sunil to suicide. He was only 22 years old. The shirt I'm wearing is the t-shirt that we've made to honor our Sunil. We called him Sunny. Over the past 8 years, we have tried to cope with the reality of being suffering a family suicide. We've gone to support groups, we've done many walks, we've gone to many events organized by groups committed to the cause. And we've also had family gatherings to honor our Sunil. I have thought endlessly about this problem of suicide, of depression. And I think about it for Sunil, and I think about it for all the others who have suffered similar circumstances. I think it's obvious that our focus has to be on prevention, because every life is precious, and every loss of life leaves the survivors trying to cope with the grief and trying to console one another. We are blessed to have friends who are very important to us and who are very talented filmmakers. And with their help, we told Sunil's story in a documentary film called Help Us Find Sunil Tripathi. This film was shown at your school with a virtual screening on March 11th, organized by your administrator, Carol Hayes. And following the screening, we had a Q&A. Your classmate, Annalena, was part of that, or saw that, and she called me later to invite me to be part of your event today. We have shown this film many, many times to many audiences around the country and even some around the world. And we've learned so much from the viewers of the film, because after the screenings, we hold question and answer periods, and the response that we've gotten has been overwhelming. It has taught us that people really need and want the opportunity to talk about their feelings and to share, to talk about depression, to talk about anxiety, to talk about suicide, to talk about loneliness, to talk about worrying about people they love or grieving over the people they've lost. And so I think that this is the key, to give people the opportunity to talk and to share. We all know people who have struggled. Some of us have struggled ourselves. And we need to start with the little things. We must start with the little things. We must create an opportunity where people feel safe to talk and to share. We must try to remove the stigma that sometimes makes them feel embarrassed or ashamed. We must reassure them that there's nothing that they did wrong, that they're suffering from an illness. We should try to help them get support and treatment from professionals. And we ourselves must lend our hand, show compassion, show them how much we care, and help to build a caring community around them. I really believe that offering this compassion and support gives us the power to save lives. You here at your school with this event are doing that today. You used so much determination and commitment to put this event together. I know that. And it is young people like you who are our hope. Your commitment and your determination and your compassion and your energy and your sensitivity to the cause and to those of us around you who need to talk and to share. This is a beautiful thing. And as we join hands to embrace all the people we know, our friends, our colleagues, our family members, everyone around us, among whom there are people who are struggling, this is the answer, I believe. On the back of this t-shirt is written, there's a picture of a hand, and written on that is, in memory of Sunil, lend your hand, be gentle. Sorry, misquoted. Reach out, be gentle, lend your hand. I believe that is the secret. We all have the power to make this world better. Thank you so much, and enjoy the walk today. I'm delighted to be part of it. Thank you.
In case I haven't said it enough, I truly am so incredibly grateful for your willingness, your participation, and your support in this event. It means so much to me and to us. Thank you. Before we conclude, we would like to recognize those who have been lost to suicide. We have asked attendees to provide the names of people they lost to suicide to honor during our moment of silence. Like I said previously, these are people, not just statistics, not just names, but people we were close to. I will now read the names of these souls in honor of them and the lives that they lived. Sunil Kumar Tripathi, Nicole Mittendorf, Michael Proctor, Vince, Joseph, Gary Lee Flood Jr., Elvia Linares, Sterling Fair, Jason Gold, Nelda Faye Glasson, Teresa McMillan, Donna Hyatt, Carly Duncan, Bill Clem, Joseph Mark Ransom, and millions more. Let us now have a moment of silence for each of these lives. Thank you for honoring these people with me. I will now give you all instructions as to how our walk will go. So we will head down to the South Wing patio, which is downstairs out the left, and we will have volunteers to help you find your way. But to keep each other safe, please keep in mind physical distancing. We will begin with those nearest the doors and gradually send more down. You may either take the elevator or stairs, but please remember to stay within your pod of family members and or friends if applicable. We will wrap around Strickland, heading towards the left. We will also be showing a diagram of this, concluding the ceremony. and we will reconvene in front of our starting point to celebrate. If at any point you feel lightheaded or need to take a break, please let someone know. We will also have snacks for you to grab on your way out, as well as water. Also, Foresight Tech Cares navigators are here over at this table if you want to wave. So if you need any resources from Foresight Tech, please go see them. Again, our counselors will be here on standby, and then we will also be having a live stream of the walk. So after this, there will be a QR code that will be posted for all of our virtual attendees that would like to join in, and also our in-person attendees can join that live stream as well. If any of you would like to stay back and talk with a counselor or schedule a counseling session, please feel free to. There is absolutely no shame in doing so. So let's fight for prevention. Thank you.